Hey everyone, so this is a TBR video and it's an entirely separate video to my usual vlogs because I wanted to do something a little bit different and I felt like my reading vlog this week, or this coming week rather, is getting too long. So I decided I would just sit in front of my phone and talk to it and see how it goes, and maybe I'll do some more videos like this in the future because I like to mix things up a bit and I'm kind of getting more into booktube lately. I might see how the sit down videos work for me, but at the moment I am kind of just really enjoying reading vlogs, so I'll carry on with those. Anyway, this video is going to be my TBR video for Dewey'S 24-hour readathon. If you don't know what it is, it's a 24-hour readathon in which you read as much as you can in 24 hours. Everyone starts at the same time. People in the UK start at 1 PM GMT. I will link all the details below, but basically it started when a book blogger called Dewey wanted to do a readathon with a small group of people. Dewey unfortunately passed away shortly after, and since then it's kind of gained a ton of traction. It's one of the most popular readathons and it happens twice a year, and it's my favourite one to do because it's epic. Everyone gets together and everyone has a ton of fun. I thought I'd share my TBR with you. I've picked out a few different genres because I find it really useful to mix things up. Every year I try to beat my previous year's page count, but for the past couple of years I haven't really managed it, and I find that picking various different genres helps because my mood changes and I can't read too much fantasy, because if I'm reading too much fantasy then I kind of get bogged down a little bit. So I've picked out some thrillers and some fantasy and a couple of sci-fi books, so we'll see how this goes. I'm going to be vlogging the whole thing, I think. I'm a bit nervous because my boyfriend is going to be home and I don't normally record videos in front of him, so I've asked him if he wants to be in the video as well because he's taking part in the readathon as well. But anyway, on with the TBR. The first book I have chosen is The Dry, which is a adult thriller, and I've heard amazing things about this book. Apparently it hooks you right in. It's set in Australia, in the outback maybe, or in a small town in Australia. Can't really remember what the actual plot was, because I know that either the first or the second book is about a group of people who go into the outback and one of them doesn't return. I can't remember if that's The Dry or Force of Nature, but either way, I've got The Dry on my TBR, and if I love it, then I'm going to probably read the second book as well. We'll see. The other book I picked out was on my April TBR, and that is The Truth and Lies of Ella Black. This is a YA thriller, and I have no idea what it's about, to be honest. Something about her parents going on the run to Brazil. It's very short, so I'm expecting it to be a fast read, so that's why I picked that one. The next two books were also on my April TBR. The first one is Fire by Kristin Cashore. This is the second book in the Graceling trilogy. It's the prequel, which features one of the characters from Graceling. It's been years since I read Graceling and I just never picked this one up, even though I bought it like right after finishing Graceling. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. This is probably going to be my fantasy pick if I get into a fantasy mood over those 24 hours. The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. Everyone probably has read this already. It's a YA supernatural, paranormal, fantasy, dystopian sort of book. That made no sense. Basically, the people in this book, the children, have superpowers and people are hunting the teenagers down. So that's all I know about it. It's been out for like years, probably, I think it came out in like 2011, and I picked it up as soon as the paperback came out, but I just didn't get around to reading it because I hoard books. But I'm hoping it's going to be a fast read. I would like to read it before the movie comes out, so maybe this weekend will be the right time to read it. And finally, this is one that I feature in my reading vlog for this week, and that is The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky, which is the first book in her sci-fi trilogy. The final book in this trilogy is coming out in July, I believe, and I want to read the first two books before that comes out. I did tell my friend that I would buddy read the first two books with her, but I might just have to read this because it sounds really good and apparently it's a really fast read. And that's it for my TBR. I'm probably not going to get to all of these books, to be honest. There are so many of them and it's only 24 hours, but I like to have a selection. And I also like to mix things up, so my wrap-up might be completely different to what my TBR was. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will speak to you all in my next video. Bye!